Hello everybody and welcome. Thanks for joining us. I'm here in front of my studio here in Millheim, here central Pennsylvania, and in fact we're just getting ready for a workshop tomorrow. But before that, I just wanted to show you quickly some of the pots that we had out of that that salt firing that featured in some of my last clips that were back from earlier on in May. Sorry, we've had a bit of a relapse. Haven't been doing any clips just lately, but I want to show you some of these salt-fired pots from Roger Pollock's kiln. So let's just come a little closer. I don't know how near I'm going to be able to get the pots to the camera, but I'll just show them to you quickly. We had some of these rounded forms. Now the thing about salt glazing is, of course, that you have to put wads on the bottoms of the pots where they sit on the kiln shelf, because the whole kiln is filled with this salt vapor, and it will cause the pots to stick to the shelves. So you make up these little wads of alumina and china clay, and you sit the pots on these little wads, hence these marks, you see. But now of course, depending on where you put the pot in the kiln will it'll get more salt or less salt, you see, because the salt will come down from above and land on all the pots and all the surfaces, and it gets swirled around a bit, but it predominantly probably will lie more on the flatter surfaces. So some of these pots have got a good amount of salt, and some of them have got not so much. You can think about which kind you prefer. So this one here has got more salt here, you see, on this side here. Over this side, not quite so much. Now it looks like it's got cracks, doesn't it? But they're not actually cracks. That's my trimming, and I must have caught on a little grit or piece of grog in the clay, and it caught on the tool and made a mark, you see. Well, the salt very much picks up on that sort of thing. Anything that's got like a sort of an impression in the clay, the salt will accentuate that. So yeah, we've got three of those. Again, here's another one. When it gets very nice, depending if you like it, they call it orange peel effect. So that's those. This was a bowl that you see didn't get so much salt underneath on the flutes, or I'd fluted it, not quite so much, but quite a lot has landed here on the rim. You can see that. Again, this is another bowl. I kind of like it with a white glaze. It sort of gives a bit of contrast to my mind, and yeah, so there's that. Now this piece yeah, well, this is actually not a salt. This didn't come out of the firing. I'm just showing it to you though, just for interest. This is like wood ash effect sprayed on, you see, and you get these kind of, but you get this sort of almost like an orange peel effect in certain places, depending on the thickness. But it does add, you see, that's the back of the pot without the wood ash. Kind of grey, a bit boring, but with a bit of wood ash, you see, it kind of perks it up, makes it look a bit more interesting, doesn't it? You see? And I just thought I'd show you that, just as we're talking about this. Again, this is a pot with a paddled pot with an impression on the outside, and white on the inside. Wads. Okay, we've we've got here, again, this is where I think salt really is very nice. You see what's going on here. This was a paddle little tea bowl, but how the salt really brings out that effect, I think, very, very nicely. Kind of very pleasing, I think. Again, this one is, I took some slip and applied it to the pot, and then with a wavy fashion, as the pot was going around, I made this waviness, you see. And you see how the salt has accentuated and brought out that effect. Just another little tea bowl. Yeah, another one of those ones with the slip. Are we in the picture? I'm not used to this camera, so you'll have to forgive me if it isn't. Anyway, this one you'll see not so much salt here on this side, but if I turn it around, you see, you almost got that orange peel effect. Kind of interesting. I like that. Sometimes it's nice to have a bit of variation, isn't it, in a pot, in that it's not exactly the same all the way around. You've got different parts of the pot where it's maybe hotter or cooler or less reduced, more reduced, etc. Now this one, this is a bowl, a small bowl, and this one has been impressed with a corn cob. Yeah, I think that's quite interesting. You see, you can experiment. And last but not least, one of these little squashed pots that I make, thrown round and then squashed. It's a pleasing shape. Anyway, this one doesn't really have any decoration as such, but it's just plain. Sometimes a little vase can be quite nice, being just plain, giving the glory to the flowers and not to the vessel. Ho ho ho! Well, that's it, folks. It's a quick clip. It's the 6th. It's the 6th of June. It's D-Day, and I'm excited because I found some clay here, just over there on my property here, and I'm going to start digging it out, and I'm going to start testing it. Wouldn't it be great to be able to make pots out of clay that you've dug on your own land? Anyway, please join us here for a workshop. We've got a lot of workshops coming up and a lot of vacancies, a lot of spare places. So go to my website, simonleachpottery.com, check there on the workshops page, see if there's a date that you can manage and come along. These are keep practicing workshops. What we're doing is basically brushing up on skills and learning a few new tricks and techniques. So, what else? I have some LEACH treadle wheels being made right now. I've had 5 being made, and I have 2 actually are sold. So that leaves 3. I have 3 LEACH treadle wheels. That's like this one here. Well, the one that you usually see me working on. These are great wheels for repeat throwing, and they're nice to work with because they're quiet, you see, and yet you can really actually crank out the pots on these. Don't think because they're foot operated that they're slow. They're not slow. This is a fast wheel. You can make quite fast on these. Anyway, check it out on the website, and above all else, keep practicing. I'll see you soon. Bye bye.